I'm Peter Cabassi. This is Cabassi Wagyu. Well, my vocation in Wagyu started in 1996, so I'm one of the first in Australia to do that. And it came about because my family were in beef cattle since the 1950s. It wasn't something I wanted to start with directly. I'm a meat scientist by background, so I had an interest, a very strong interest in improving meat quality in this country. And Wagyu was something that fell in my lap after I visited Japan in 1991. I was one of a small group of people that first grew Wagyu in this country, and we didn't, to be honest, know a lot about what we were doing. So introducing that in the early 90s was very important, so that getting calves grown in Australia before anyone else. November 2014 was a highlight for my career and my beef business, to be quite frank. To supply my A5 Wagyu, the highest grading Wagyu sirloin steaks, to the 20 most powerful economic leaders in this world was a real thrill. We had meat awards, and I've had industry acknowledgement awards for my business and what I've done in Wagyu. I guess the really exciting ones have been winning the best steak awards at various competitions, and it started in the late 90s. We started doing that right back then. Wagyu in itself, it has the genetics to produce very high quality beef, but it has to be supported by very good nutrition, supplementary nutrition. The calves have to be looked after. Their mothers aren't great at producing a lot of milk. The important part of supplying nutrition to our animals starts naturally with the pasture. Here in the New England area of New South Wales, which is some of the most pristine country in Australia, this farmland has three major pasture, or perennials as we call them. We have a clover that comes through, a white clover that comes through now in the summertime as well, and that just provides extra nitrogen for the protein development that the cattle need. Because while the Japanese feed beer in small circumstances, we also have tonics that we supply the cattle in the feedlot situation to help their nutrition, to help their rumination, to help get the most out of the feed. Wagyu business is complicated, and what I've set out to do is take the complexity out of Wagyu. There's not a lot of tricks to Wagyu, but there are a lot of things you have to do right, and you have to do them right consistently for a long period of time. It's an ambitious mission, but it's one that has to happen for us to extract the most value out of Wagyu. They're a high-cost animal to produce. The value of the meat is high, so we shouldn't take shortcuts. My mission is to get rid of the shortcuts, focus on the very important steps, which all relate to extracting value from what we produce at the very beginning.